My name is Nicholas Rosado. They know me on Facebook as Rah Light. On Instagram is Urban Visuals. And I'm from Staten Island, New York. I've been playing handball since I was 19, so I would say about 9 years now. Prior to handball, I was a basketball player. So actually my high school, my senior year, I was about 300 pounds. So when I graduated high school, I wanted to take basketball serious. So in about a year and a half, I lived in the gym. All I did was basketball. So I got the opportunity to go to college to play basketball, got injured the week after. So I went through like a severe depression. I felt like I lost my identity. It was dark. I went to the park just to get my mind off of things, and I seen these two kids, going in like competitively. They was playing against grown men. So it was just like, it brought me back. Like this is about 2 years after I gave up basketball. I was still slightly injured, Just seeing these kids go hard like against grown men, it was different. It was like, oh wow, like there's an opportunity, So I got on the court and I asked them I wanted to play, they gave me the opportunity, and of course I got spanked, But it was like the adrenaline from handball, it was different. And then as I met Ralph and Justin, they was like, yo, if you want to get better, we could travel. They took me to a spot in Brooklyn, Guz. And then through there, I just started falling in love with it. And I realized I wasn't the only one who was addicted. I seen like a whole community. I seen people that was considered pros. I seen people that, it was just like, it was crazy. So it's been a journey since then. I feel it's addictive. For me personally, my opinion, many reasons. Physically, you push your body to limits. Mentally, you're challenged every game. Even if you're training, if you're by yourself, it's a mental challenge. And singles or doubles, I feel like at the end of the day, it's really just you. You're always playing by yourself. So it's addicting knowing that there's growth in every game. Every opportunity you go to play, it's you unlock certain parts of yourself. You realize who you are. I don't think it builds character. I just think it reveals character. So I feel like it's addicting in that sense. Basketball was more physical. I was allowed to be more physical. Handball, wallball was more like, it's no physical, it's not contact. So you're forced to literally use your intellect. You can't, hand check. There's no boxing out. Boxing out handball is way different. It's all like intellect. You could be mad at somebody, but you can't hand check. Wallball's like, you literally have to figure out a way to just be in your head in the most positive, athletic way possible. So it's addicting because it's a constant challenge. Every game you play different people, somebody who's 200 pounds, somebody who's 6 feet, somebody who's 2 feet. Then you'll play a female. Then you play, I've seen guys in wheelchairs, so it's just like different styles. And, having to work around that is definitely addicting for that. Right now I'm in training mode, so I'm in the gym, New York Sports Club with my wife, working out, hitting the ball around the 4-wall. But I make my way to Zariga, but my main park in the summertime is West 4th Street.
Why West 4th?
West 4th changed my life also. The environment, the people, I guess you would call the OGs there, Rook, a lot of elder players. They always look out for me when I go there. They know I want to grow, so they always look out for me. And West 4th to me is like the Mecca. There's always players from the Bronx, Brooklyn, Queens. They always going there. So I think West 4th is the main part for me. I feel the sport brings us together because we all have the same goal, whether we want to admit it or not. We all trying to better ourselves. Everybody goes out to play handball. Granted we play money games. We talk a little smack here and there. But at the end of the day, we all trying to be a better version of ourselves. So when we see somebody who carries themselves with moralities and principles, there's so many people out there in the handball community. So it's like, the brotherhood is there. It's just what we focus on as a unit is important. A lot of people want to focus on the negative side of handball, but there's far much greater things in handball to focus on than the negative. And for me, that's the brotherhood, When I get to a court and I could bring my lady to a court who she has never played, and being West 4th would be the part they would embrace her, as opposed to look at her play, see she's not good enough, and make her feel discouraged and want her to walk out. Or not just my lady, anybody. You know, even myself, when I walked there, obviously I walked into a pit of sharks, but they embraced me though. It wasn't like, oh, this guy sucks, you know, he got to get out of here. It was more like, you know, you gotta go through this rites of passage. So they embraced me knowing that I wasn't afraid. You know what I mean? I think some people get afraid and they get discouraged and they feel that the people are out to get them. But if you show less fear, I think people will respect you more, you know? I don't think the sport is where it should be because of awareness. I think we're not using social media properly. Not everybody. There's a lot of people in the community who's pushing awareness constantly, but we got stuck in the old ways. You know, a lot of people, it was known as a street sport, so people was just word of mouth. Let's go to this park, play here. But nowadays we have social media, we have Facebook, we have Instagram. This is how a lot of independent artists get put on, you know. They're on Instagram, they're connecting with other artists. We don't network enough. I don't feel we treat ourselves as athletes enough. You know, there's a lot of great athletes out there, but we don't, our Instagram is not full of athletic growth. It's just full of pictures, you know, as opposed to us posting our workouts, you know, posting what we eat, posting our training resumes. I think we have to respect ourselves as athletes more. You go to NBA players' page and you see them working out, you see them training, you see them working hard. So when somebody else from outside the sport looks at their page, they realize these people are taking it serious. So if we take it serious, you know, it could grow like that. Rook was a mentor for me. He always pulled me to the side. He always told me, you got a heart, kid. You just got to keep training. You got to keep pushing. I look at a lot of people like Dave Rojas. He's a great mentor for me also. He always pulls me to the side. He lets me know the ins and the outs of the sport. And then you always got your Angel Marquez too. He's the bad guy, you know. He's a great mentor, you know, because he's showing you what people don't want to say. So I feel everybody's a mentor, even if it's not the right message. They're mentoring you either what to do or what not to do. It's just how you take it. I'm just an artist, you know. Including handball is just a form of my art. I'm just like a human on this planet expressing himself. I'm just turning my demons into art. That's how I put it. You know, like when it comes to handball, I turn my darkness into lightness. When it comes to music, I turn my darkness into lightness. So I'm just an artist, you know. So the name Rah Light, it came from studying, I guess. I'm in Rah. The word Rah, it means light. It comes from the sun. Our ancestors worshiped the sun. It was one of our gods. So Rah and light is the same thing technically, you know. So I just made the Facebook fast, and that was it just resonated within me. So I felt, why not do Rah Light, you know. There's a lot of darkness in this world just as much as there's a lot of light in this world. You know, I try not to focus on the darkness. You know, we all have darkness, you know, just as much as we all have light. It's just about how we transmute it, you know. There's a lot of things going on in this world that could make us think it's dark, but there's also a lot of things in this world that's to focus on for the light, you know. So when I talk positive, or when I push a positive movement, it's not to simply act or show that I'm perfect. It's just because a lot of people in my family, a lot of my friends, you know, they've been in dark places. I come from a family of diabetes. So I don't think I push the positive movement to act like I'm perfect, because I still fight every day. It's more about showing people that look up to me, you know, my little brother, my little brothers, my little sister, my little cousins, my older brothers, my older cousins. It's just to show them that no matter what you go through, there's a way out. And it's all in your head. You know, even if you don't feel that it's gonna happen, if you manifest it in your head, it can happen. So when I push that movement, it's simply to save myself and save people around me. When I was 300 pounds, I got to that point of lack of information, lack of I didn't know who I was. I was just living my life. You know, I didn't understand nutrition. I had no knowledge of self at all, you know, so it got to a point where, like I said, I always been an athlete. Even when I was 300 pounds, I was an athlete. I played basketball with everybody. You know, I was playing with the high school ballers, playing with the college ballers. You know, I was very athletic. And then when I graduated high school, I was like, that's it. One of my dreams was to go to college to play basketball. You know, I wanted to play ball and have college under my wing. So I just dedicated myself. And I found a video of somebody named Dr. Sebi. I think that saved my life right there. He kind of broke it down to everything that I learned in school wasn't really what I thought was the truth. He broke down the whole mucus situation, foods to eat. So I think Dr. Sebi, definitely one of my mentors outside of handball, you know? So he definitely saved my life. Travel the world, there's many places, you know, Mexico. I've been to Mexico, but I'll go there again. Africa, many places I'll travel, but to build a facility, it'll be Staten Island.
Why?
It's my home. Where I grew up, we had Cromwell. You know, Cromwell was the spot. Like, I was raised in Cromwell. Everybody, we played basketball there. And I feel like Staten Island's missing the outlet. We got a lot of talent, you know? When it comes to top players in handball, even in basketball, we got a lot of talent. We just don't have outlets. We don't have enough outlets, you know? So in my hands, I have Knowledge Talks, Wisdom Listens. I was 19 years old. I just had money, a lot of money to spend. And I walked into a tattoo spot and I wanted to show off. I was with a bunch of girls with my little brother and I just got the tattoo. And then as the years went by, it kind of linked me to information faster. It's kind of weird. I didn't know about Dr. Sebi when I got the tattoos. And then as I got the tattoos, a lot of people started asking me. Smart people, intellectual people, like, do you know what that means? And I'm like, no. So why did you get it? I'm like, I don't know. I just got it. And then that caused me to like really research what do you mean by Knowledge Talks and Wisdom Listens, you know? So it's kind of weird. I feel like the tattoos manifested a lot of good stuff, at the same time bad stuff. So that's, you know, that's what it is right now. This blue ball is a part of my spirituality, honestly. This blue ball right here, it takes me away from corporate life. In a weird way, it takes me away from the 9 to 5. It brings me to a deeper state of thinking. You know, it allows me to want to open up my own business. Obviously, I'm an athlete right now, so I want to stick to playing handball, but I feel like the blue ball brings me to a state of like entrepreneurship. I want my own facility. I want kids to be saved with the blue ball. You know, I want them to really understand what handball is and how it can save you, you know? So this is, just as I'm holding it right now, like I said before, I do this in my house. I bring my handball to work. I'll go to the lobby as I'm working and go downstairs and just hit the ball around. If I can't make it to Zariga or if I can't make it to a place where I want to train, I make it my duty to go somewhere to a wall and hit the ball around, you know? So it definitely takes my mind off a lot of things. Culture, it's the melting pot. Everything is here, you know? For me, my opinion, hip-hop, it was birthed here. It's the melting pot. Every borough, every state, every country looks up to New York in a weird way, you know? They follow trends in a weird way from New York. We start a lot of things, you know? There's a lot of diversity here. There's a lot of different races, a lot of culture, there's a lot of stuff in New York. It's a big apple, you know? What I see for the future of handball is a lot, from my perspective, a lot. I want to open up my own facility, you know? I want to make it just as professional as basketball. So I see a lot, I definitely see a lot. I think a lot of people are stepping it up when it comes to handball, a lot of platforms. We got to work together more, but I feel like, you know, it's getting there, little by little, you know? It takes a lot of trials and tribulations to finally get it moving, but I see a lot of future for handball, a lot. Especially now, like I said, social media is booming. People are hashtagging everything. We need to share everybody's posts as much as we could. It don't matter if we don't like this person, if we don't like that platform. Everybody in handball needs to share every single post about handball there is. I don't care if you don't like the player. It has to be shared. It has to be pushed. You know, we support celebrities we don't know. We support artists we don't know. daily, every day. We watch TV shows of people we do not know. We talk about people we do not know, yet we go to the community and we don't help each other out. If we all play in tournaments, if we take $5 out, $20 out, and put it to our growth, we can move mountains, man. For me, I want a lot of titles. I want the Buddha title. I want the King of the Court title. I want big titles that seem impossible. You know, personally for me, just to show that I could do it, you know, as an underdog. I just started playing when I was 19. A lot of these people have been playing since they was 8. No pun intended, but, you know, I'm coming here to make a name for myself. This is just about me. So, personally, my goals is just a lot of titles, you know, and to leave a legacy in the sport. Whether it be athletically or, like I said earlier, to open up a facility for the youth, for my son, you know, my daughter when I have kids, to make a name for themselves in the sport, you know. So that's my goal, just focus on that goal. I play wallball because it keeps me in shape. I play wallball because it keeps my mind sharp. I play wallball because at times when it's hard, it keeps my mind away from everything. I play wallball for the brotherhood. I play wallball for my relationship, you know. When me and my wife is just playing around by ourselves, we just be laughing for hours. So I play wallball for the energy. I play wallball for a lot of reasons. A lot of good reasons, you know.